Okay, hi. This is gonna be a little bit of an awkward video. I haven't done this sort of thing before, and this one is going to be me talking about my personal church experiences with the LGBTQ community involved. While I'm doing that, I will be trying out skincare products. I was gonna make a video just reviewing these products, and I was just like, never gonna do that because I have so many videos on my phone. I am not a part of, I used to be Mormon, now known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'm not a part of that anymore. Then again, I haven't actually denounced the church because I'm too afraid to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm pansexual, I'm also non-binary, I'm also polyamorous, all the things you guys hate. By the way, I denounced the church. Just another reason for my family to disown me. That's a story for another time. So my first experience is kind of really simple. All that happened was when I was little, I would run around the church yelling that I was bisexual. And also back then, I didn't really know that there was things like pan or other genders that were not boy and girl because I was like 8 running around the church yelling this, mind you. Everybody was confused and concerned, so I got pulled into, I call it as a joke, the principal's office of the church, the bishop's office. So basically I got pulled in there. My grandma and my bishop at the time talked to me. They basically said that I was confused. My version of bisexuality was just having friends that had boys and girls, not girlfriends and boyfriends. So not having a crush on guys and girls. I was not bisexual, and that I was just confused, and I just had friends that happened to be that were both boys and girls. I haven't slept in 2 days. Oh, I mean, I slept for an hour today, but the second story I have. Before I explain the story, here's some background.
This girl, person, friend who later I had a crush on and maybe or may not have made out with a few times.
Anyways, that's kind of beside the point. That had nothing to do with girls' camp, technically speaking, because that happened way after girls' camp. We did something every morning, and you didn't have to do it. But basically, there was this thing where every morning you would wake up at 6 a.m. on the dot, and you would jump into this little pond, which is where, like, our swimming was and stuff. We would have to go all the way to our neck, and then we'd get a pin for it if we did it for a certain amount of days. So yeah, that's 6 in the morning up in the mountains. That's gotta be freezing, right? You think about that? Take a shower afterwards, a hot shower. And usually there's about 40 girls who do it. And we were in the lower camp. There was a higher camp, but then there was a lower camp. There was this big giant area that had a bunch of showers up in the upper camp, but in the lower camp we only had 10 showers and 10 bathrooms. The bathrooms and the showers were separated. So obviously we're all gonna go think about taking a hot shower. So because of this, me and N thought about like something that would be smart. We would share a shower. We wouldn't like be naked in front of each other or anything. Even if we were, it doesn't really matter. Death hole? We thought of sharing the same shower. We did that, and then another thing that is apparently not wrong for some reason, and apparently what we did was wrong, even though we did nothing except take a shower on opposite sides of a curtain, mind you. And we weren't even naked at all. We were in our bathing suits. Nobody cared at first. Also, N was labeled to be lesbian. I'm not sure if she is a lesbian or if she's bi, but I know she's at least bi. I get a call from N talking about what had happened and that the bishop was called and that some girl decided to go and claim to the bishop that me and N were having sex in the bathrooms because we happened to be in the same shower. Everybody was trying to make sure I wasn't gonna call her, but she had called me before anybody else got that chance. But we were discussing how we were gonna say it because, like, I mean, how do you sit here and say that you were just taking a shower with a girl? And, like, they all sounded so mad, and that's the problem. That's really upset me. I don't know why they had such a problem with it. And my question is, what would they have done if we were doing stuff in that bathroom? That's my question. It's not like they can do anything. They can't excommunicate anybody for being a lesbian. 20 to 30 minutes. You can't excommunicate somebody for being a lesbian. That's not okay. Whether or not it's a sin or not, you cannot excommunicate somebody for that. You know, we get off the phone, and then my dad walks into my room, and it goes, "Give me your phone, I don't want you to call this person, I want you to explain to me, blah, 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 blah." He explained what I needed to explain to him, and then later, they get a phone call from the bishop saying that a girl she admitted to lying about it. Like, because she specifically said we were doing stuff in the bathroom. And I was like, how do you know if somebody is doing stuff in a bathroom? Unless you're, like, stalking them, which would just be creepy. I'm sorry, that would just be really creepy. Oh, yeah, that was my second experience with LGBT related things. There was a point, and this is my third story time for it. There was a point where I was having more friends who were LGBT, and I was still thinking I was a part of that faith and believing in that God and blah, 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 blah. So I was asking questions. I was just like, is this gonna hurt my faith if I have friends like this? And they didn't really answer the question. And then after church, I got called up to the principal's office, and basically, long story short, he asked me if I was gay about 15 times, and that if basically he can send me to a conversion camp situation, because he sent a bunch of girls there, and it wasn't even like a camp, it was a support group, I guess, but like to prove that you're not gay. And then he went, well, most of them come out straight anyways. And I'm just like, no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. And I kept repeating I'm not gay, whether or not I was or not. That was a little sus of me, but still. It's like they had no right to be asking what my sexuality was. They didn't say, like, are you gay, are you gay, are you gay? They went, do you think you are gay? Do you think you like girls? And I'm just like, no? Why is this relevant? And then he went, well, your teacher felt a little bit uncomfortable and forceful by the questions you were asking. And I was just like, so me asking if my faith would be damaged because of my gay friends is forceful and making people uncomfortable? I think you're just homophobic and that's it. So basically, months later, I come back in, I visit because my grandpa's giving a talk, and so my bishop wants to have a talk with me, of course. So he goes in, and I was just like, well, yeah, the last time I was here, I was asked if I was gay about 15 times. And then he was like, I would never do that. Oh my God, I would never do that. And he would never say, oh my God, because it's sin. Like, well, it happened, so, and he's just like, okay, well, I guess we just can't have a conversation alone anymore. I need somebody to vouch for me. And then he brings my grandma in. This is the funny part. He brings my grandma in, and he goes, okay, so, well, we need to start having witnesses because Annabelle is making some claims. And my grandma goes like, you realize she told me everything the second after it happened, correct? He goes, what? She goes, exactly. I'm not going to sit here and let you tell me that my grandchild is lying. Which I did like at that time. As a closeted, I didn't know that pansexual was a thing. I was a closeted bisexual at the time, but I was technically closeted pansexual. That was that story. When I came out to my grandma, she wouldn't say anything at first. It was on the way to a family dinner, and she wouldn't say anything at first. Like nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so she left me on the edge after my grandpa was already like, oh, okay, cool. Do you have a name change or blah, 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 blah. And then she just sat there driving. In the house, she walks over to me, wraps her arm around me, rubbing my back, and goes, I'll try my hardest, even though I don't believe it. And I go, thanks. I know I shouldn't complain because I do have it a lot better than others, but the problem is I'm never gonna not be upset at something like that. Those are all of my LGBT related story times, and I really hope you enjoyed my little skincare routine here of me trying out all these random products. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big old thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And then peace out, Girl Scout.